I don't know whether to blame modernization for the behavior of our young generation or blame it on something Christians call the end time, which is going to come. And when it does, good moral behaviors will no longer be upheld, which is why as parents, we need to pay attention to what our children are up to in order to know whether the sources they are getting their information from are reliable, because even the ones we should rely on are no longer reliable. And that is why I want you to take a listen to this video where a man of God is advising young girls.
4 things you should never do for your boyfriend. In this present generation, nobody dates without sex. It's very, very slim for you to see people who are dating without sex.
I'm not going to dispute this fact because this is very, very true. Today, some teenagers are already sexually active as early as 16, 17 when they're still in junior schools. And this is very, very bad because as at 80s, I doubt if teenagers were this loose.
So stop sleeping with your boyfriend without protection. It saves you from a whole lot of drama. It saves you from a whole lot of stress. Stop sleeping with your partner without protection. Oh, Papa, you're a pastor. Are you supporting fornication? Out of 100%, 95% of people dating have had sex. So my name is Apostle Okose Emmanuel. To him, brain is given. Sense is expected. If you don't get it, then forget about it. Shalom.
I'm sure you have all heard the advice this man of God is giving to young girls. And I'd like to ask parents this question. Is this the kind of advice you would expect your religious leader to give to your daughter or daughters? I mean, is it an appropriate advice that should come from a man who is an acclaimed man of God? Because I would expect a man of God to tell young girls, since his video is directed to girls, to stop sleeping with boys because it is wrong, and not tell them to use protection whenever they wanted to sleep with their boyfriends. Because telling them to use protection when they want to sleep with these boys is more like encouraging the act. It is even bad. It's so bad that these children are involved in this act. But to now kind of tell them how to do it, it's more like encouraging them. It's more like telling them that you're free to have sex as long as you are using protection. Forget the fact that it's becoming popular in the society, but does that make such behaviors right? No, it doesn't. We are not supposed to encourage bad behaviors just because most people are doing it. We're not supposed to encourage our children to behave badly just because it's trending. And as parents, we are supposed to protect these children, not teach them a different method of doing something we already know is bad. And who told this man that using protection is 100% guarantee that you're not going to get pregnant or contact sexually transmitted diseases, when we know that even with your protection it's possible to get pregnant and even contact sexually transmitted diseases? Because protections are not foolproof. They're not 100% guarantee. The only way to guarantee a girl not getting pregnant or contacting sexual transmitted diseases is by not sleeping with boys, period. And coming from a man who claims to be a man of God, don't you think it's time we started asking some of these men of God questions so that they don't continue to deceive people into believing what is not true? Because there are people who depend on their religious leaders before they do anything. They don't think on their own. They don't think by themselves. They only do what their religious leaders tell them to do. I think we should start asking questions and also teach our children how to ask questions. Let them know that not everything they see or hear is the truth, especially those things they hear on social media or see on social media. They should always ask questions before making their final conclusion.